Hey guys, and welcome to my next reaction to The Midnight Club. So, as I said in the last reaction, I am just going to get a feel for how you guys are feeling about this reaction series, if you want to see more, if you're enjoying it, you know, any of that after these first two episodes, and then I will make a decision of whether or not I'm going to continue. Regardless, I'm pretty sure I will be watching this show whether I'm on camera or not, because I really enjoyed the first episode. I thought it was great, and I mean, I can't wait for the next one, and you guys know how I feel about these Mike Flanagan shows. I love them. Okay, I think that is it. Let's get into it. Okay. Okay, well, everybody's got these nightmares.
Light?
Isn't that nice?
No. Oh, it's loaded with antioxidants. Antioxidants. And it's a modified version. A different kind of acidic tea. A new kind.
Different and a new kind.
Or I have some printouts if you want to read more about it.
Rachel used to do that before the white magic or whatever other magic she was trying near the end.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to take a guess and say that her sarcasm
this is thorough.
is a bit of a defense
For good
mechanism.
reason. Burial or cremation. I get it. Don't want to say the wrong prayer, play the wrong music, accidentally cremate someone.
You deserve agency over each and every decision. Anything within my ability to provide at least.
I cannot
And
imagine.
Her name is Julia Jane.
Oh.
I don't recall. Really?
You don't look like you don't recall.
She apparently walked out of here healthy.
Patient files are confidential.
Mm.
I do remember her vaguely.
I'm also curious about a group that lived here before you bought the place. I think they were called the Paragon.
I don't, I'm afraid. Before my time, I expect. So, if there's nothing
I don't know if I believe you.
Please do look at that pre-need. It's important more than you know.
This stuff is pretty morbid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went through like 5 or 6 versions of the music on mine. You can't do better than Radiohead. Exit music for a life.
Listen,
You know, the usual.
Years? Oh, you can't take like a hot water bottle or something.
Oh my god, I feel like this show is just going to continuously make me cry.
Sony PlayStation. Not gonna play the Nintendo 64. That's not out until next year. But yeah, it's lame, I guess. But that hurts.
It's not lame.
Man.
Oh.
That's all. Probably gonna lose a lot. My sight, my motor function, my memory, my life. So. But yeah, the PlayStation's on my mind, and it makes me mad, and it sucks, and yeah.
Yep,
That sucks.
See, Elanka this morning, she brought this is interesting. A different and a new type of tea, and you tell it. Oh yeah. I'm grieving. What my room used to smell like. Before Rachel, a girl named Sarah slept in your bed. She constantly chewed fresh garlic cloves, chewed and chewed and chewed like a terminal cow. And that's one of the harmless ones. Garlic only stinks. Colon cleansing turned out to be a load of shiatsu, oxygen therapy, ozone therapy, and someone, won't name names, used to sit in your bed, drinking their own piss.
Anya.
You good? You good, sweetie?
I get it.
She's hurting bad. Like, I see.
I get it, Anya.
I see this is all a
You're a no
defense.
on the tea. And a maybe on the piss?
Like, I saw that scene as Anya being really fed up with people
Oh there! You done put
dying
this
around
section
her.
already?
I get it. You're a badass of the First Order. And nobody is as hurt as you are. And nobody's as angry as you are. And nobody is dying quite as hard as you are.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
But I was just trying to get to know you. Because we're sharing this space whether you like it or not. So fuck me, I guess. Fuck me for just trying to get to know you.
Damn. There you go. Oh, see, Anya, but the thing is that Anya has had, we've heard of at least, what, 2 roommates? And if I was sharing a room with 2 people who died, the next person who came in, I would have this kind of wall up, sarcasm, being mean. I won't get attached if, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. I totally get what Ilanka's saying too. Like, I'm, you know, but I'm just, oh, it's breaking my heart. It's breaking my heart into bits. Okay.
Hi there.
You scared me.
Oh no.
I don't often
That's bad.
people out here. I'm glad to meet you. I'm Shasta.
Watch, she's gonna play
I'm
like
so
the
sorry
sweetest
if
fucking
I
character
went
in
onto
this.
your property or I'm not. Ilanka. That is a gorgeous name. That's Hungarian. It means light, I believe. It's derivative of Ilana, which is cognate with the Greek Helen, daughter of Zeus, which also means light. Sorry, I have a thing for names and for ancient Greek.
Clearly.
The vortex? Healing vortex. You're sitting in one right now. There are a few of them around here, if you believe the legend. Not a lot of people do.
She might.
It's been a long time since I met a patient. They don't wander out much.
You are well named, Ilanka. You are bright with light, just shining with it.
Okay. I'm skeptical,
It was
guys.
nice to meet you.
I'm very skeptical. And maybe that's, you know, I'm just traumatized by her last character. I'll admit that. I'll admit that right now. And I'm skeptical. Okay. Well,
I love you, bro. Hey, behave. Yeah, alright. Bye. Don't.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, your face has a tone.
My face has a tone?
Why are we making paper cranes?
I'm so glad you asked.
He's got this before I die list.
What? She asked me?
She asked him.
oh my
I've
god.
got this before I die list. There's this ancient Japanese legend that promises anyone who folds 1,000 origami cranes will be granted
Okay.
a wish by the gods.
I don't mean to be
I've
this
always wanted to
person.
try it ever since I found out about it this morning. From
But
the
if
hospital.
everybody else is folding them. Ah!
The moment I said it, I knew.
Why isn't Cherie helping?
I'm creating ambiance.
Yeah, she's creating ambiance.
Okay.
You're achieving enlightenment. Now, fold. Damn you.
But if they're folding your 1,000 paper cranes,
stuff.
it's not you folding
Finishing
them.
my video game is one.
Okay.
Whichever one, another one is making it to my sister's wedding.
It's so sweet.
Also, there's hang gliding.
Never gonna happen.
Losing his virginity.
Also never gonna happen.
I mean,
Oh, okay.
I believe.
If we hit 200, does that mean you get a certificate of participation from the gods? An attendance from Fuck!
Oh, it's
Shit,
okay.
are you okay?
Spence.
Are you okay?
Spence, hey, it's okay. Hi, can we get someone to the library for cleanup? Spence got cut. Yeah.
I was just saying, I thought he lost a finger or something. He was very, okay. He was concerned about the blood
I'm
getting
sorry,
on her though.
what just happened?
Spence got his hand.
It's just a little bit of blood.
To us. Not to him.
Spence has AIDS.
Oh, stop. We don't do that face here. We don't do the poor Spence here. There's a lot of that. And worse out there, but not in here.
Alright.
Okay, I'm sorry. Nobody's going to tell Sandra she deserves lymphoma. But people out there say that shit and worse to Spence, or they lean the other way with the pity. And it starts with that wide-eyed face you were just about to make.
I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to judge or anything.
You know, when I got here, when I first met Anya, she drank herbal tea. She wore a wig, she did her makeup, she even said prayers.
Can't even picture that now.
Yeah. But she's seen a lot of death. I think even
she's
before
been
she
through a
came
lot.
here, she can be really protective of us, just in terms of the
That
reality
too,
of things.
Lou is like eating rats. And Lestat's like, that is not gonna last. You're gonna eat a person. And then Lestat
With
thinks,
needles.
hey, it's not how it works. And I know you know that.
Yeah,
Just like we know I'm
but
wearing
we
these
don't need to
rubber
see
gloves to protect you. I'm wearing these gloves and I'm using a sterilized needle so that I don't infect your cut. It's not the other way around. Anyway, Lestat turns this little girl into a vampire, and this little girl is crazy. Crazy. Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, sure. I mean, that's a tough choice, but I got one word for you. Armand.
Oh,
We found this in her desk.
And there's nothing that gets under my skin more to this day than someone who reminds me a little of me.
Blanca reminds you a bit of you, Doc?
No, you do. A lot. Only tougher.
oh God. Ah! My heart. What? What? God, there's gonna be a jump scare. No, not the shadowy, not the shadowy. It's shadowy. I don't like it. Oh, oh, what's that? Oh, what?
Okay, new girl. I'll take some. In honor of your first official meeting.
To those before, to those after, to us now, and to those beyond.
Oh, ballerina.
And not just the perfect dancer, because only Bill seemed to understand that perfection came with a cost.
Oh boy.
But Dana didn't want to be perfect. Dana wanted to be like the other kids. Hell, some nights she just wanted to eat a cheeseburger and not worry about her weight. And every night, Dana would ask God to free her of her desires. But at the same time, she'd ask the universe for those same desires to be fulfilled.
Wow.
Hello?
Yeah.
You prayed. I answered.
She's not what people say.
Well, I'm not what people say.
We're all so complicated. I feel trapped. All the time.
Of course you do. What they expect of you, well, it's just too much for one person. One you, who's student, daughter, dancer. Another you, for sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Oh. Okay.
A perfect double. You can be inside both bodies at the same time.
What do you want in return, my soul or something?
No. No catch. You're in charge here, not me. Look in my eyes. Look.
You're not lying.
Why don't you take her for a spin? Enjoy the ride.
She's just there. She's just. Uh-huh.
Oh my God. It's like being in two places at once. Stop doing that. Stop copying me.
This is very interesting.
Shit. Now you might think the two Danas had plenty to talk about. But the truth is they didn't have a single thing to say.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need that. For insurance, okay? And 911 means call back ASAP. We don't need it. And with a pager and a promise, the two Danas went their separate ways.
Oh boy.
The sweet, sweet release from the prison she'd been born into. Prison of herself. And that's when Dana knew she was never going back in again.
Oh boy.
She had to pick a turning point. The night Dana lost her virginity in the same room as her parents was probably a contender.
That was rather dramatic.
Surely.
This was the year they were finally going to be the principal of her dance class performance.
Was she not that she was
But the
gonna
thing was, Dana too was starting to
needles.
develop a bit of a habit.
Wah! Holy fuck! Oh my god. Man. Oh my lord. Oh my lord.
Dana knew she had to put a stop to this. But the question was how.
Oh my god!
Dana too had
Oh my
learned how
god,
to
this
turn
is so
around.
fucked up!
She'd have-
Oh my god. 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 I don't. Whoa, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? I don't like this. I don't like it. Oh my god! No. Don't you step. You get. Okay.
Yeah, we are a bitch.
Try this again.
And I'll make you wish we were never born.
I don't know that you want to play that game. I don't know that you want to play that
reached a
game.
stalemate.
We found a place that you can go.
Dana knew rehab wouldn't fix her problem. But she smiled and said, okay, the only way to put a stop to this, the only way to end this nightmare,
No,
is
no,
to
no.
kill Dana too.
Wait, but
And the second she
Does that
reached
kill
this
you?
conclusion, at least we recognise that we both have each other to blame for our mutual problems.
great.
That's a start. One of us has to go. And since I was here first, I should be the one that gets to stay. What are you talking about? I was here first.
Yo. Well, I guess that's that. Oh.
Please, I just want to go back to who I was before.
I couldn't do that if I wanted to.
And every night she'd wake up wondering which Dana lived in her body and which Dana lived in hell. Because the one that died, she went to hell all right. And the one that lived, she felt it all. And every night she wondered who had it better.
Holy shit.
I've known you for a while. This is gonna sound lame or whatever,
No,
but
it's okay. Go ahead.
thank you. I don't know, just thank you.
Hey. Can I tell you something else?
Oh my god.
Fuck off.
Don't know how I thought they'd go any different.
Oh no. You doing some sneaky snakes?
And then I was just following you, and then I thought it'd be really creepy if I called out now, because I've been following you for so long, but you clearly aren't lost or breaking into Dr. Stan's office.
It's not like there's a lock-picking book in the library.
Sure.
Can I try something?
If he just tries to open the
Is
door.
a lot of things, but paranoid isn't one of them,
Just-
so
And it
if
works.
this works, it's because she trusts us, which should make you feel really, really guilty. What are we looking for?
Julia!
Someone down here?
Yep. Hey, sorry, it's Kevin.
What are you doing?
Is he here? I think he can help me out.
Aww. Sweet. What the fuck is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? Some weird shit is going on. Oh, hello. Bracing myself for a jump scare. Nope. What's going on? What's going on? Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Don't touch it. Thanks. Thanks. You touched it.
Who's there?
You touched it.
I'm starving.
Ugh. Hi.
Sorry. Hey, it's me. Sorry. Are you okay?
No, I'm not okay. I am not okay. Oh, see, okay.
What the actual fuck?
Yeah, there's something up with this place. Okay, well, I am certainly really enjoying the vibe of this show because it's interesting. We have a really interesting storytelling device with these stories. or maybe even in a lot of regards a character telling device with these stories that are going to be told maybe like once an episode. And it's interesting because when I first heard about the show, and I didn't really know too much about it at all, but I knew it was like a series of different stories or whatever. I wonder, I believe it's a book series that this is based off of. So I wonder if these stories are actually from that book series. But I truly find that really, really interesting, that we can have an element of that. And I thought maybe, going into this, that it could be maybe the full episode would just be completely different and they would just be very different stories with every episode. But I love that we have an overarching theme and an overarching different characters that we're following in different relationships and different coping mechanisms with what's happening to them and everything. But with a little bit added, at least within these first 2 episodes, of a, kind of specific story that may convey something about what's going on in the house, may convey something that's going on with a specific character, or may just be a spooky story, a little spooky spooks, you know what I mean? I really like that. It makes this kind of unique and have a sort of fresh vibe to it. Okay, the story, oh my lord, that was intense. That was intense. It was funny because I kind of related to at least the beginning struggle of this story. It really spoke to me, so I found that to be really interesting. But I think it's, maybe a lot of people can relate to it, maybe not exactly in those 2 realms, but it is no secret that I am a perfectionist, and I get really upset when things don't go exactly according to plan. And I like the stability and security that comes with kind of following a very, I don't know how to explain this, but following routines, what I'm kind of sort of meant to do or whatever, and I've always kind of had that vibe to me. Things should be a certain way or whatever. So there is a certain amount of perfection that I like to put out into the world. And it's not necessarily that I need to be perfect for others. It's kind of like I need to be perfect for myself, for my own security and stability. We don't need to, psychoanalyze myself too much. But I have this other, I don't think it's an other side to me, but it's a part of that. I just want to enjoy life. Now, my idea of enjoying life is not necessarily like doing drugs, especially with needles. It's not going to be a thing for me. But I want to go out and do adventures and travel and do all of this fun stuff. And I think that there's a stereotype that very routine and perfectionist type of people don't like to have fun and don't like, that they're uptight or whatever. And I've never really thought of myself as that specifically. So weirdly, I kind of very much related to the beginning of that story. But, as you kind of get older or whatever, people are complicated. People are not just one stereotype. People are not just, whatever. And I have learned to embrace both sides of me, as much as I can, and it's led to a fairly fulfilling life. I suggest, if you have some little inner turmoil about different aspects of yourself and you think that they don't necessarily complement each other, like I've said that I've struggled with, because there's, I have these bouts of I just want to go and enjoy life and I want to get the most out of life. I have this impending fear that which might be very related to this show in some regards, that at the end of my life I didn't enjoy it as much as I should have, or whatever. So but you can have different aspects of your life and you can learn how to work them together. Everybody is complicated, people are complicated, and there's just not every single person is just one thing, okay? Whatever. And the way that they told the story of literally separating. You know, the healthy thing to do, at least in my opinion, is to try to figure out how to work all of these different aspects of your personality, even if they may not be entirely complementary to one another or whatever, and figure out how to move forward and have a fulfilling and happy life. I'm sounding really preachy right now. I don't mean to be. This story was kind of, the horror of it is that you just completely separated them. And, you know, which, you know, even if it wasn't a sort of like physically taking two different bodies or whatever, but we're dealing with the idea of just having one side of you be a perfectionist and play by the rules, and then the other side of you be like, you know, out there doing all kinds of crazy stuff and whatever. And, you know, when you really separate the two, and you only embrace one at a time or anything like that, I feel like that is when you can cause a lot of issues and a lot of inner turmoil, you know, and a lot of identity issues. Like, I'm supposed to follow the rules. I can't do this, or, you know, whatever. And then it just led to an absolute, you know, craziness. And I loved her kind of sharing this story. It gave, a lot of, you know, I loved, it was a horrifying story in some regard, because at the end of the day, you know, I feel like it was kind of just a metaphor of this like inner turmoil of, you know, these two different sides of herself that she's struggling with, and she doesn't know which one she should embrace. That's also a thing with like being young. Specifically, you know, you want to figure out who you are, and you also want to figure out what you want to put out to the world. You know, do you want to be carefree, or do you want to have that sort of vibe? Do you want to be a perfectionist? Do you want to do you want to accomplish your goals and be known as somebody who sticks to what they want to do and whatever? You know, I will say I'm not that old, but I'm older than maybe the age of the main characters in this. It's eventually you just sort of, yeah, like, don't give a shit what you're, at least in my experience, and it's more about finding kind of inner peace within you. And, you know, maybe in, you know, God, it was all put very sort of sad and horrifically of the shooting of one another. I still, you know, the logistical question that I had was like, if you shoot yourself, aren't you gonna die? Like, she cut herself, the other person felt it. Wouldn't you think that that's a possibility? I would have thought of that before going and just like shooting, but maybe it's just me. Anyway, and then her kind of statement at the end of which one of her is living and which one of her, she doesn't really know who really emerged out of that, and who is kind of stuck in hell, as she said. And very, very thought-provoking story. I want to talk a little bit about these people kind of within this group, within this club. I also want to briefly say the adults in the facility or whatever seem to really, very sweet moments in this episode, trying to, you could tell that they're good at their jobs. And I hope that they end up just being like really great support systems for these kids, and there's no like twist that they're like truly evil all along, but you know, whatever. Obviously I forget her name, but the water chamomile lady, you know, Bev, meeting her, I don't know, I'm skeptical, but that could just be because it's the actress, and I'm traumatized by her, and I have no problem saying that. I have no problem saying that at all. So, you know, I mean, I'm keeping my eye out. Maybe she's got the key. to how Julia, I don't know, we're gonna figure it out, we're gonna go down this journey together. But then the main focus and the thing that I feel like I will be talking about ridiculously with this show is, you know, these kids and how they're coping and how they're dealing. You know, we see like these little moments and just little things that I want to, you know, Kevin saying, I went for a 2-mile run to his brother, make sure you tell mom. And, you know, it's very possible he didn't go for a 2-mile run right then. And, you know, but he's trying to do his best to sort of keep this appearance that he's doing okay for his family. And that's really kind of sweet. And, you know, that seems to be something that he cares about. You know, we have some people struggling with various different things. I feel like whenever they possibly focus on the girl who like lies a lot, what's her name? I really tried to pay attention. Cheryl? Is that her name? I think it's Cheryl. You know, what I feel like the reasoning behind maybe all of the fibs or maybe all of the embellishing or whatever it is, or maybe we find out she's told the truth about everything. I don't know. But I feel like it might pull at my heartstrings a little bit. When Amesh, oh my God, I believe that's his name, when he was talking about like the video games, and it's not stupid. It's not stupid. There's some things that we get enjoyment out of life. You know, if we don't enjoy our lives or we don't find things to enjoy in life, you know, what keeps us going to the next day? You know, a lot of times people will diminish, not you guys, obviously, not you, you're great. But in my real life, whenever I talk about what I do here, it is met with, I mean, like, I can't even tell you how much of like, I don't get it. I don't get it, with this like blank stare. There's also some very weird things that happen when you try to talk about, or I try to talk about this and what it is and what it means to me. And it's just a lot of the times it's people just being like, what? And it's met sometimes, mostly it's just they don't understand it, but it's met sometimes with this like, is that what you want to like do with your time? And it's just like sharing an experience of TV, wonderful storytelling, which is very on brand for this show, but it's important. It's not more important than some very serious things in life. I'm not a fucking doctor. I'm not a lawyer. But, you know, there is an importance of media, entertainment, and fun. And I feel like in every single aspect, you know, because before this I was an event planner. A lot of you know that. And there was nothing more fun than giving people joy, planning something that people enjoyed, whether it was a wedding, whatever it was. That I always felt was such an important part of what I wanted to do. And this, as much as this is very different from planning events and stuff, I try my best to give you guys fun and joy, and a lot of times tears and a very cathartic experience there, but something that we can enjoy and look forward to. So it is absolutely not stupid to really want, you know, to focus on something like a video game console, you know, more so than anything else, you know. I feel like that's what I would be focused on. So anyway, I just wanted to say that. The other thing, you know, obviously Ilanka, she's kind of determined. She's got this spirit, and you know, even opening with the tea. And oh my God, I loved the interactions, as hostile as they could have been, you know, between Ilanka and Anya. I mean, I could read right off the, you know, there are sometimes when somebody's just like extra snippy and vicious a little bit. Vicious is strong, but you know, Anya's throwing some word daggers out here. You know what I mean? That's what she's doing, okay? And that you can just tell it's a defense mechanism, and it's from a severe place of hurt. And she might have a sarcastic sort of a personality anyway, but her free use of it, I guess, can be, you know, kind of, she's protective. I think she cares way more than she would ever like to admit. I think she cares about these people. I think she's protective of the people who have been around for a bit, and, you know, and that may happen with Ilanka as well. You know, hopefully if they both make it a little bit longer. But I think that the moment where she sort of you know, saying, don't give that pity face, you're not allowed to have that pity face because of Spence, I believe that's his name. I'm trying to get the names right. They will probably all be wrong, so trying here. But that he, you know, has AIDS, and this sort of, and the sad, you know, whatever, and her kind of calling that out, and you know, it's a very protective nature in her. She knows what hurt goes on in this place, and, you know, they do things like the Midnight Club to maybe open up, express themselves, but also distract themselves maybe. You know, there's a lot of possible uses of it, of these stories and stuff, but I think she is very, very aware of the horrible side of this place, and the hurt and the grief and the trauma that can happen. And because I think it's happened to her. I think she's lost some people. She maybe got attached to maybe her first roommate and everything like that. And so she doesn't really want that to happen to anybody else. I think there's a lot going on. I think she's trying to protect herself. I think she's trying to protect others with her attitude. You know, I think she personally doesn't really want to get attached to anybody else and have them die. I think she's over it. I would be too. I don't know that I would handle it very well, and I would possibly take a very similar route. I don't know. I mean, I tend to be a fairly nice person, so if I can say that about myself. But I think in that situation, you know, different personalities come out. You're also dealing with your own fate, your own death. That's an aspect in there too. And also, you know, maybe she's doing a little preventative protection for them so that they, you know, but the thing is that what's funny, I think it could come from a source of, I'm going to be an asshole so you don't feel so bad if I go, you know what I mean? Like that sort of strategy. But they all know, like, pretty much all of them seem to have this, like, delightful relationship with her. Well, she'll snap at them and they'll be like, oh, you know what I mean? Not exactly that, but they kind of can get her personality and how she's coping with it. And I love this sort of energy within this group that everybody's kind of coping and dealing with things in their own way. And I think the girl that they keep kind of like moaning about with the lying and the stuff, I think she's coping in her own way. I have a sneaking suspicion that's whatever comes out about her, I'm gonna feel it strongly. But everybody is kind of coping in different ways, and I like that they are trying to be fairly understanding with one another. As much as they seem to be very different in a lot of regards, they seem to be supportive. You know, when is his name Amesh? I'm so sorry if it's not, but when he wanted to do the like 1,000 paper cranes, you know, they're kind of like giving him a little shit for it or whatever. But you know what else they are doing besides Cheryl playing, she's creating ambiance, okay? I hope that's Cheryl. Everybody else is, you know what they're doing? They're folding. They're out here folding. We're folding here, okay? And there is something that is quite delightful about this community. And I love to see it. It is, I mean, that is the stuff that I feel like I'm going to really cling on to and embrace in this show. I mean, just so delightful. And this episode wasn't as like scary, maybe. You know, we got a little inklings of random shit. I don't know what's going on. She's getting visions, and I understand that, like, you know, I think in the past, if people are like, oh, I had these visions of a shadow following me and this and that and the other thing, you know, people could possibly write it off as, you know, well, maybe they're getting towards the end of their life, or, you know, the drugs, they're all kind of on a bunch of different drugs, and, you know, that could be causing it. But I think there's some shady shit going on. Obviously, we're watching a Mike Flanagan show. I feel like it's not going to be just the drugs. But, like, I just, you know what I mean? There's some stuff going on here, okay? And maybe it's just freaking me out a little bit. Not as scary as some of the other things that I've watched by Mike Flanagan this specific episode, but you know, it's okay. I loved the dive into the characters. You know that I live for that stuff. You know that that's what I'm going to be talking about at the end of these episodes anyway. It's so funny, and I feel like through Mike Flanagan's writing, I have found like my people on the internet. Because you know, I did like Hill House, obviously was the first one, and then, you know, kind of went on from there. But it was just such a show that I loved so much, because I was able to hone in and talk about the characters and get into the depths of the complexity of the characters, and that's what I love from these shows. The logistics of, you know, the plot is secondary to me, which I think for the majority of people who watch, you know, it's kind of flipped. It's the other way. You know, they want like a really good plot or whatever. And I like a good plot. I'm not acting like I don't like a good plot. I don't want to say that. It's just, that's the characterizations and stuff. That is what I care about. That is what I love. And, you know, so I'm going to talk about that a lot at the end of this. I'm not really going to talk about like, oh, what's going on with this vision, or, you know, the red eyes that she saw, you know, whatever. Right. The smoky smoke and the shadows and the spiders coming out of because she touched it. She shouldn't have touched it. The spiders came out of it. Oh my goodness. You know, I mean, I kind of have faith that we'll figure it out. And I just love to deep dive into what these people are going through. And I love it. I loved it. I loved it so much. Please let me know if you would like me to continue these reactions. I have enjoyed these first 2 episodes immensely, and I would love to continue. So I really hope that you guys are enjoying it and are, you know, will want me to continue and all of that. All right. I think that is about it. If you would like to support me on Patreon or subscribe, I would really appreciate it. But if not, I'm just happy that you were here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.